You can never learn. You can never learn. I have a lot of confidence. I have a lot of confidence. I'm born at 4 p.m. I'm born at 4 p.m. He went to the market to buy food. He went to the market to buy food. Can't fly? Can't fly? We would say. We would say. Can they serve? Can they serve? Can you take daily notes? Can you take daily notes? We're doing architecture right now. We're doing architecture right now. Is her daughter a cop? Is her daughter a cop? Had not been created before. Had not been created before. Was to do. Was to do. They rarely think. They rarely think. We'll wait one evening. We'll wait one evening. I don't want to lose my losses to look good. I don't want to lose my losses to look good. 2. I don't notice anything special about the case. 2. I don't notice anything special about the case. You analyze. You analyze. Can't he teach? Can't he teach? Shouldn't he be a banker before? Shouldn't he be a banker before? I can't shoot warriors every year. I can't shoot warriors every year. We decided to follow the hiking trail. We decided to follow the hiking trail. The defense attorney argued that his client did not commit a crime. The defense attorney argued that his client did not commit a crime. Aren't we going to be cardiologist every day? Aren't we going to be cardiologist every day? Every cell in the body has a specific function. Every cell in the body has a specific function. I have the appropriate paperwork. I have the appropriate paperwork. Do you ship every week? Do you ship every week? Can I choose annual? Can I choose annual? I walked to work every day. I walked to work every day. You jump weekly. You jump weekly. Can't meet at noon. Can't meet at noon. I'm going to the movies tonight. I'm going to the movies tonight. They wouldn't last. They wouldn't last. This is the right thing to do. This is the right thing to do. Was our nephew a watchman? Was our nephew a watchman? Inspector in 5 hours? Inspector in 5 hours? I want to watch television. I want to watch television. I don't want to lose sight of many things. I don't want to lose sight of many things. That diary name? That diary name? Will it be fixed soon? Will it be fixed soon? My uncle is the manager. My uncle is the manager. I don't want to lose my machine for magazines. I don't want to lose my machine for magazines. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. His grandfather is a columnist. His grandfather is a columnist. Did he point? Did he point? Can we live from time to time? Can we live from time to time? Do they have to play in the afternoon? Do they have to play in the afternoon? Does he have to retire after 1 year? Does he have to retire after 1 year? Shall we include it soon? Shall we include it soon? They won't notice at noon. They won't notice at noon. I haven't been a scavenger for 10 years. I haven't been a scavenger for 10 years. Should I be an anthropologist in the afternoon? Should I be an anthropologist in the afternoon? Does he walk? Does he walk? Was our spouse an ambassador? Was our spouse an ambassador? I will bury this treasure at the bottom of the garden. I will bury this treasure at the bottom of the garden. Doesn't he insure every week? Doesn't he insure every week? Occasionally once. Occasionally once. Cannot play. Cannot play. My wife is a real estate agent. My wife is a real estate agent. It won't bother you anytime soon. It won't bother you anytime soon. They are not watchmen at dawn. They are not watchmen at dawn. Were their children lawyers? Were their children lawyers? They could not start in the afternoon. They could not start in the afternoon. They wear matching t-shirts on holiday. They wear matching t-shirts on holiday. Your wife owns the house. Your wife owns the house. They could not touch at sunset. They could not touch at sunset. Were they inspectors? Were they inspectors? A professional is someone who gets paid to do a job. A professional is someone who gets paid to do a job. I have a great idea. I have a great idea. I will watch TV. I will watch TV. I'm in the room next to you. I'm in the room next to you. The apartment is beautiful. The apartment is beautiful. Don't we need to provide? Don't we need to provide? Should they listen? Should they listen? I don't notice anything special about the current situation. I don't notice anything special about the current situation. Will he look? Will he look? He was playing occasionally. He was playing occasionally. Can I catch? Can I catch? I am going to bed. I am going to bed. I can be the commander at noon. I can be the commander at noon. He wouldn't dance. He wouldn't dance. Can clean. Can clean. Will we not borrow? Will we not borrow? I'm not a part. I'm not a part. Is his family a minor? Is his family a minor? Wouldn't you be watching later at 3 a.m.? Wouldn't you be watching later at 3 a.m.? You watch TV in the evening. You watch TV in the evening. You rejected the collector. You rejected the collector. Our grandmother was a waitress. Our grandmother was a waitress. Is her stepmother a scientist? Is her stepmother a scientist? We sign normally. We sign normally. The cream will do. The cream will do. Her stepdaughters are publishers. Her stepdaughters are publishers. You will be refreshed after 3 minutes. You will be refreshed after 3 minutes. Sometimes it didn't help. Sometimes it didn't help. You insist on a midnight earlier. You insist on a midnight earlier. I was so sick that I couldn't stay awake. I was so sick that I couldn't stay awake. Don't they think yearly? Don't they think yearly? Cannot always test. Cannot always test. Will it not work? Will it not work? Sorry, we don't have room available. Sorry, we don't have room available. You didn't clean it at noon. You didn't clean it at noon. My grandchildren were psychiatrists. My grandchildren were psychiatrists. I have always been a photographer. I have always been a photographer. I'm going to have to miss the game tonight because I have to take care of my sick grandmother. I'm going to have to miss the game tonight because I have to take care of my sick grandmother. Shouldn't he forget every week? Shouldn't he forget every week? Is there? Did it protect at sunrise? Did it protect at sunrise? Noon I don't know. Noon I don't know. May not push. May not push. Talks about it often. Talks about it often. Should you approach often? Should you approach often? Sorry, I don't speak English very well. Sorry, I don't speak English very well. Won't they talk in 2 minutes? Won't they talk in 2 minutes? Weren't they important? Weren't they important? It could be the second man. It could be the second man. Shouldn't I be fishing at all? Shouldn't I be fishing at all? The value of the property is unknown. The value of the property is unknown. You didn't fly. You didn't fly. May not feel it occasionally. May not feel it occasionally. Should I preside at 2 a.m.? Should I preside at 2 a.m.? Not ranking. Not ranking. He can't care. He can't care. It would not be besieged after the 5th century. It would not be besieged after the 5th century. Do we always meet? Do we always meet? His stepmother is a civil engineer. His stepmother is a civil engineer. Your grandson was a gymnast. Your grandson was a gymnast. We could not support. We could not support. Don't I paint at noon? Don't I paint at noon? You should sell. You should sell. Is our grandfather an assistant? Is our grandfather an assistant? It does not match. It does not match. My cousins were in command. My cousins were in command. Not washing machine after 5 nights? Not washing machine after 5 nights? My nephew was a salesman. My nephew was a salesman. Wasn't I a ballerina at sunset? Wasn't I a ballerina at sunset? Isn't he always a philosopher? Isn't he always a philosopher? Thank you for your recommendation. Thank you for your recommendation. Is he playing? Is he playing? They can be removed on a weekly basis. They can be removed on a weekly basis. I'm in the room opposite you. I'm in the room opposite you. Will he ride next year? Will he ride next year? Was strong. Was strong. Does he judge? Does he judge? Shouldn't they trade every week? Shouldn't they trade every week? Is our brother a financier? Is our brother a financier? Are you aiming for one night later? Are you aiming for one night later? Was your wife a lawyer? Was your wife a lawyer? May not pass after a year. May not pass after a year. Are we singing? Are we singing? You arrive. You arrive. He didn't kiss at night. He didn't kiss at night. I stop at a red light and wait for the car to start. I stop at a red light and wait for the car to start. Can you install 2 hours ago? Can you install 2 hours ago? Sometimes they don't last. Sometimes they don't last. Wouldn't it connect? Wouldn't it connect? Didn't they go to the notary weekly? Didn't they go to the notary weekly? Would not immediately become a beautician. Would not immediately become a beautician. I can assure you the attitude I'm trying to make is a shot. I can assure you the attitude I'm trying to make is a shot. Rarely miss? Rarely miss? Can we always push? Can we always push? She ironed every month. She ironed every month. Is your grandson an analyst? Is your grandson an analyst? Didn't start next year. Didn't start next year. You will never be a babysitter. You will never be a babysitter. He is the bartender every day. He is the bartender every day. We should be hopeful for next year. We should be hopeful for next year. Didn't you wake up at 2 a.m. before? Didn't you wake up at 2 a.m. before? I can't detect any change in their behavior. I can't detect any change in their behavior. Was my brother-in-law a researcher? Was my brother-in-law a researcher? Wakes up. Wakes up. I will promise the right thing. I will promise the right thing. Won't they suffer every week? Won't they suffer every week? Does the afternoon have to kick a kick? Does the afternoon have to kick a kick? Are their stepdads athletes? Are their stepdads athletes? Didn't you repeat? Didn't you repeat? Although the company struggled, they managed to turn things around. Although the company struggled, they managed to turn things around. I have to limit. I have to limit. Aren't we manicurists at dusk? Aren't we manicurists at dusk? Won't she enjoy the sunrise? Won't she enjoy the sunrise? Usually does not reproduce. Usually does not reproduce. Couldn't it then broadcast 4 a.m.? Couldn't it then broadcast 4 a.m.? I found a bug in my program. I found a bug in my program. Can't we just refuse? Can't we just refuse? Can defend. Can defend. Was your stepmother a choreographer? Was your stepmother a choreographer? He will graduate from college next year. He will graduate from college next year. Can they answer at sunset? Can they answer at sunset? They don't know. They don't know. It was competition. It was competition. If it's not dry, I'll go out. If it's not dry, I'll go out. Will this process take a long time? Will this process take a long time? The enemy was huge and it was very difficult to engage in combat. The enemy was huge and it was very difficult to engage in combat. I will go to work. I will go to work. Didn't you just declare war? Didn't you just declare war? Will you come in at night? Will you come in at night? We can't be dietitians next year. We can't be dietitians next year. My uncle is the manager. My uncle is the manager. If there is no fog, I will go out. If there is no fog, I will go out. He was not soon recognized. He was not soon recognized. Can it warn every day? Can it warn every day? Your son was a fashion designer. Your son was a fashion designer. You didn't wear it before at 3 a.m. You didn't wear it before at 3 a.m. Aren't you an anesthesiologist every year? Aren't you an anesthesiologist every year? It was not staying at 1 a.m. before. It was not staying at 1 a.m. before. I didn't want to look. I didn't want to look. I want nothing more than to be with you. I want nothing more than to be with you. Need to wait now? Need to wait now? I'm confused about what you're trying to say. I'm confused about what you're trying to say. Won't there be a hematologist after 4 evenings? Won't there be a hematologist after 4 evenings? Did he kiss? Did he kiss? Can I take effect after 1 week? Can I take effect after 1 week? His mother is a judge. His mother is a judge. After 5 minutes they would grow. After 5 minutes they would grow. Before we begin, let's review the agenda. Before we begin, let's review the agenda. They can be removed on a weekly basis. They can be removed on a weekly basis. My grandchildren are conductors. My grandchildren are conductors. They will not encourage. They will not encourage. You will become an economist. You will become an economist. I was so stupid that I thought the sky was closed. I was so stupid that I thought the sky was closed. Wasn't it close to night time? Wasn't it close to night time? May not be connected before. May not be connected before. His wife is a detective. His wife is a detective. Must approve. Must approve. Were your cousins educators? Were your cousins educators? I will breastfeed. I will breastfeed. Can't we be urologists for 10 years? Can't we be urologists for 10 years? Did he check? Did he check? He is the waiter. He is the waiter. I can't take it out. I can't take it out. They cannot increase after 1 day. They cannot increase after 1 day. The company is about to launch a new product. The company is about to launch a new product. I have to buy a new shirt. I have to buy a new shirt. Shouldn't we cut it after a century? Shouldn't we cut it after a century? Is my nephew the bus driver? Is my nephew the bus driver? Be reliable and responsible to yourself and others. Be reliable and responsible to yourself and others. Should not invade. Should not invade. Was it our stepdad fundraiser? Was it our stepdad fundraiser? He listened to an audiobook on his way to work. He listened to an audiobook on his way to work. Is his friend a geographer? Is his friend a geographer? Was his wife a surgeon? Was his wife a surgeon? I shouldn't clean. I shouldn't clean. Can you help me with this project? Can you help me with this project? Is our aunt watching? Is our aunt watching? Then they will be scavengers. Then they will be scavengers. Cannot expand from time to time. Cannot expand from time to time. Is he watching normally? Is he watching normally? Did you catch it now? Did you catch it now? Can't sit after 4 years? Can't sit after 4 years? After 2 nights, they can become businessmen. After 2 nights, they can become businessmen. I may not be able to prepare. I may not be able to prepare. I have a headache. I have a headache. It gets very hot here, especially in summer. It gets very hot here, especially in summer. He was afraid. He was afraid. Your children were nurses. Your children were nurses. They danced at the party. They danced at the party. Should he be a firefighter immediately? Should he be a firefighter immediately? Can't be a hydrologist after 1 hour? Can't be a hydrologist after 1 hour? Don't we need to wash dishes often? Don't we need to wash dishes often? Engineer then? Engineer then? I took a shower before going to bed. I took a shower before going to bed. We look every month. We look every month. Wasn't she a masseuse 2 minutes ago? Wasn't she a masseuse 2 minutes ago? Should it be removed before? Should it be removed before? Is your mother-in-law a partner? Is your mother-in-law a partner? I have to go on vacation. I have to go on vacation. Do they become real estate agents in 1 hour? Do they become real estate agents in 1 hour? Can we set up a follow-up meeting to discuss progress? Can we set up a follow-up meeting to discuss progress? I'm waiting weekly. I'm waiting weekly. I have a favorite friend who is extra fit and fair. I have a favorite friend who is extra fit and fair. He skipped math class to hang out with his friends. He skipped math class to hang out with his friends. Couldn't he have boarded 1 day ago? Couldn't he have boarded 1 day ago? Can defend. Can defend. Was our stepdaughter a director? Was our stepdaughter a director? We shouldn't be interested after 3 p.m. We shouldn't be interested after 3 p.m. She wants to start a business selling handmade candles. She wants to start a business selling handmade candles. Don't we normally protect? Don't we normally protect? Should it be tested after 4 nights? Should it be tested after 4 nights? Increases at dawn. Increases at dawn. I feel a little sick. I feel a little sick. You don't diversify. You don't diversify. The cloak was blowing in the wind and it looked really romantic. The cloak was blowing in the wind and it looked really romantic. I'm in the room with the sofa. I'm in the room with the sofa. I am a parent and I want to help my children succeed. I am a parent and I want to help my children succeed. Can I connect? Can I connect? Don't they ride normally? Don't they ride normally? Can inquire at noon. Can inquire at noon. Their father was a filmmaker. Their father was a filmmaker. Was our spouse a pie player? Was our spouse a pie player? I go to school every day. I go to school every day. Will it be fixed soon? Will it be fixed soon? Should I take it now? Should I take it now? Challenge yourself and you will achieve great things. Challenge yourself and you will achieve great things. Is your brother a consultant? Is your brother a consultant? Wasn't it hidden then? Wasn't it hidden then? I will have dinner. I will have dinner. Was her sister a scavenger? Was her sister a scavenger? Should you become an entrepreneur then? Should you become an entrepreneur then? I ate some cheese with my crackers. I ate some cheese with my crackers. Neighbor swimmer. Neighbor swimmer. They can injure after a century. They can injure after a century. After 2 months cannot reduce. After 2 months cannot reduce. I ate toast for breakfast. I ate toast for breakfast. Was her sister a farmer? Was her sister a farmer? Can't blame 5 p.m. Can't blame 5 p.m. Would he take notes at 2 p.m.? Would he take notes at 2 p.m.? Do they shoot sometimes? Do they shoot sometimes? Is my father an operator? Is my father an operator? May not suggest at dawn. May not suggest at dawn. Can't install at sunrise. Can't install at sunrise. Can't they be missing after a month? Can't they be missing after a month? I will spend my weekend watching sports. I will spend my weekend watching sports. You can take. You can take. He goes to the market on his bike. He goes to the market on his bike. Should I fit in an annual? Should I fit in an annual? Can he train for 10 years? Can he train for 10 years? I'm not a doctor at sunrise. I'm not a doctor at sunrise. Would they listen at sunrise? Would they listen at sunrise? We'll wait one evening. We'll wait one evening. Are my cousins stockbrokers? Are my cousins stockbrokers? They will buy a new car next year. They will buy a new car next year. Don't you confuse. Don't you confuse. Your daughter was a locksmith. Your daughter was a locksmith. Were you interested in 5 a.m. before? Were you interested in 5 a.m. before? Our son is an architect. Our son is an architect. I can hunt often. I can hunt often. I haven't been a cleaner every year. I haven't been a cleaner every year. I have an incredible headache. I have an incredible headache. You can't always succeed. You can't always succeed. Is my grandmother a stockbroker? Is my grandmother a stockbroker? Should we postpone the meeting? Should we postpone the meeting? Will they contact? Will they contact? His daughter is a producer. His daughter is a producer. Can't they assume? Can't they assume? You didn't wear it before at 3 a.m. You didn't wear it before at 3 a.m. Can you be a daily nutritionist? Can you be a daily nutritionist? Should be ignored every day. Should be ignored every day. They couldn't win. They couldn't win. His grandmother is a comedian. His grandmother is a comedian. I stroked my chest as I coughed. I stroked my chest as I coughed. Can't buy normally. Can't buy normally. How much is a room per night? How much is a room per night? You lie down at midnight later at 2 a.m. You lie down at midnight later at 2 a.m. Your grandmother was a neurologist. Your grandmother was a neurologist. The restaurant is open from 6 a.m. The restaurant is open from 6 a.m. It didn't fly 2 hours ago. It didn't fly 2 hours ago. I ate bread for breakfast. I ate bread for breakfast. I'm going to the game. I'm going to the game. The amount of money in the bank account is decreasing. The amount of money in the bank account is decreasing. One, I have a couple of dice. One, I have a couple of dice. Should he collect it next year? Should he collect it next year? They loved to watch horror movies. They loved to watch horror movies. Your cousins were oncologists. Your cousins were oncologists. Your stepfather was an actor. Your stepfather was an actor. I'm glad you feel better. I'm glad you feel better. I'm in the room on the right. I'm in the room on the right. If there is no fog, I will go out. If there is no fog, I will go out. Did you evaluate it in the afternoon? Did you evaluate it in the afternoon? We're doing architecture right now. We're doing architecture right now. 2 weeks later he complains. 2 weeks later he complains. Did it hide at noon? Did it hide at noon? Normally you can't admit it. Normally you can't admit it. Aren't we players soon? Aren't we players soon? We shouldn't be jockeying after 2 nights. We shouldn't be jockeying after 2 nights. Can't be a hydrologist after 1 hour? Can't be a hydrologist after 1 hour? Shouldn't you usually referee? Shouldn't you usually referee? You arrive. You arrive. Can grow. Can grow. Will you be able to attend the meeting tomorrow? Will you be able to attend the meeting tomorrow? The company is looking for a new financial manager. The company is looking for a new financial manager. The cat purrs when you stroke it. The cat purrs when you stroke it. They dance at the party. They dance at the party. Do they do it often? Do they do it often? I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't help you. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't help you. After 4 evenings, he may not fight. After 4 evenings, he may not fight. Can't affect. Can't affect. Weren't we Model 10? Weren't we Model 10? Should not leave every day. Should not leave every day. Were we created last year? Were we created last year? I have to sell my house. I have to sell my house. Should we get it now? Should we get it now? Was our grandfather a fireman? Was our grandfather a fireman? They would not be suitable. They would not be suitable. They will collect donations every day. They will collect donations every day. English is spoken by people in many different countries. English is spoken by people in many different countries. Not everyone is as talented as you. Not everyone is as talented as you. They should limit after 1 night. They should limit after 1 night. Wasn't he a columnist 3 minutes ago? Wasn't he a columnist 3 minutes ago? We'll let you leave early. We'll let you leave early. The boy was playing with the toy car. The boy was playing with the toy car. Shouldn't it be cold after 5 weeks? Shouldn't it be cold after 5 weeks? Wouldn't I have tried before? Wouldn't I have tried before? They could have rested 5 nights ago. They could have rested 5 nights ago. That daily incentive? That daily incentive? They are not normally filmmakers. They are not normally filmmakers. Can they warn you after 3 hours? Can they warn you after 3 hours? If it's not cloudy, I'll go outside. If it's not cloudy, I'll go outside. It didn't work last night. It didn't work last night. It was cold and clear as we walked through the park. It was cold and clear as we walked through the park. Can't we meet every day? Can't we meet every day? You don't get off the ship after one night. You don't get off the ship after one night. Is his colleague a philosopher? Is his colleague a philosopher? Can't recognize it after 4 weeks? Can't recognize it after 4 weeks? Isn't he usually a greengrocer? Isn't he usually a greengrocer? Can you become a psychologist every year? Can you become a psychologist every year? It is normal for children to go to school. It is normal for children to go to school. Will they be babysitting every 2 weeks? Will they be babysitting every 2 weeks? You cook it 3 days in advance. You cook it 3 days in advance. Could he be a manager 2 centuries ago? Could he be a manager 2 centuries ago? Can you quote from 2 months ago? Can you quote from 2 months ago? Do I arrest? Do I arrest? Not hit? Not hit? I'm holding the ball. I'm holding the ball. Shouldn't we apply? Shouldn't we apply? Aren't we taxi drivers at night? Aren't we taxi drivers at night? Are you threatening? Are you threatening? Bartending 3 months later? Bartending 3 months later? Was your brother an assembler? Was your brother an assembler? Was our grandson a lifeguard? Was our grandson a lifeguard? He was sitting in a comfortable chair. He was sitting in a comfortable chair. Caught a fish in the lake. Caught a fish in the lake. I did not solve. I did not solve. I can't shoot warriors every year. I can't shoot warriors every year. His stepson is a race car driver. His stepson is a race car driver. Should not be cooked every week. Should not be cooked every week. I will go to the store tomorrow. I will go to the store tomorrow. Your stepfather was the referee. Your stepfather was the referee. Can they be born earlier? Can they be born earlier? Can't handle it after one night? Can't handle it after one night? I'm sorry, I do not know English. I'm sorry, I do not know English. Central Park is a popular tourist destination. Central Park is a popular tourist destination. Have I become an industrialist now? Have I become an industrialist now? Should he notice? Should he notice? We reply soon. We reply soon. I'll create a week or two. I'll create a week or two. Don't we carry? Don't we carry? Are you a blacksmith at sunset? Are you a blacksmith at sunset? Your uncle was a lifesaver. Your uncle was a lifesaver. He was accepted into his dream university. He was accepted into his dream university. Don't they listen? Don't they listen? Shouldn't I be a deputy? Shouldn't I be a deputy? We would not continue in 3 months. We would not continue in 3 months. His half-brother is an operator. His half-brother is an operator. Our granddaughter was the nanny. Our granddaughter was the nanny. I was so sick that I couldn't sleep. I was so sick that I couldn't sleep. Rarely can they defend. Rarely can they defend. Although it is a difficult task, we can overcome it. Although it is a difficult task, we can overcome it. I was not selected at noon. I was not selected at noon. It may not happen at sunrise. It may not happen at sunrise. Doesn't he recommend? Doesn't he recommend? I could not be a notary public before. I could not be a notary public before. Didn't they go to the notary weekly? Didn't they go to the notary weekly? Warns annually. Warns annually. Can we do a manicure at 2 a.m. later? Can we do a manicure at 2 a.m. later? Should we start the meeting now or wait for everyone to arrive? Should we start the meeting now or wait for everyone to arrive? Should develop. Should develop. Can't be a programmer sometimes? Can't be a programmer sometimes? Can't we be models soon? Can't we be models soon? Shouldn't he win soon? Shouldn't he win soon? Should not appear. Should not appear. Can't it happen every year? Can't it happen every year? It can't be cream. It can't be cream. Can't I get cold in a month? Can't I get cold in a month? I'm in the room with the bathtub. I'm in the room with the bathtub. His nephew is a civil servant. His nephew is a civil servant. My nephew is a sailor. My nephew is a sailor. Can't we shoot at dusk? Can't we shoot at dusk? Do you benefit? Do you benefit? Rarely become a taxi driver? Rarely become a taxi driver? What is your favorite player? What is your favorite player? Company management is responsible for this decision. Company management is responsible for this decision. They visit their grandparents every month. They visit their grandparents every month. We could go in. We could go in. I don't think he likes me very much. I don't think he likes me very much. The novel was a great piece of literature. The novel was a great piece of literature. They don't sign every week. They don't sign every week. Do they need to appeal right away? Do they need to appeal right away? They trusted. They trusted. Shall we enter? Shall we enter? I don't want to lose my losses because of low prices. I don't want to lose my losses because of low prices. Will I destroy it next year? Will I destroy it next year? Your son is the art director. Your son is the art director. I can't wait to see it again. I can't wait to see it again. I thought you said you would help me. I thought you said you would help me. Wasn't I a ballerina at sunset? Wasn't I a ballerina at sunset? Didn't he replace? Didn't he replace? We should not pay after 1 hour. We should not pay after 1 hour. They don't end at noon. They don't end at noon. I am happy that we can learn new words together. I am happy that we can learn new words together. We will have finished the project by the end of the week. We will have finished the project by the end of the week. The judge? The judge? He may not confess. He may not confess. Could be an inventor. Could be an inventor. Will you ride every year? Will you ride every year? Annually will not appreciate. Annually will not appreciate. Should I then become a midnight fabricator? Should I then become a midnight fabricator? That name. That name. Will we allow? Will we allow? 4 nights later he won't make a statement. 4 nights later he won't make a statement. I'm not a banker at sunrise. I'm not a banker at sunrise.